Welcome everyone to our Spoilercast of Batman Arkham Knight.
Yep.
For the first time ever, I am Alex Stadnick, your host. This is Joe Averson. We'll introduce ourselves later in the show. We wanted to take a second before we get started, though, to let you guys know because of technical difficulties and because the third member of our trio is on his honeymoon. Unfortunately, this is the only piece of content we are going to be producing today.
Yep.
This week. Look for more. Obviously, we'll be back next week with our regular show.
Yes.
And hopefully more reviews like this in the future.
Yeah.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be here. The other reason we're going to take a second is because we wanted to acknowledge that unfortunately we lost a legend this week in the gaming industry, and that's Iwata-san from Nintendo.
Yep.
Passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And, say what you will about his recent track record, but he was a revolutionary in the gaming industry. He shaped a lot of our childhoods with Smash Bros. And Kirby and his contributions to Nintendo, and he will be sorely missed. So our condolences and our thoughts with his family. I know the community definitely took this a little tough, as they should have.
Yeah, absolutely.
So rest in peace, and once again, condolences to your family. I hope you enjoy the show, and I look forward to hearing from you guys, and hopefully you like it. So. Do not adjust that dial, because computers have dials still. This is live. We are doing a video. Welcome to Game Till Dawn. This is my good friend Joe.
Hello.
And I am your host, Alex Stadnick. Wow, that was tough, but we got through it.
Yeah, we
at
did.
least that part.
Yeah.
So on top of the regular show that we are normally doing, Joe and I thought it'd be fun, and Clayton, he's not here.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Clayton.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah. He is actually on his honeymoon right now, so I hope all is well. But on top of our regular show, we wanted to make videos for you guys talking about our impressions of recent games that we've played.
Yep.
And today, we are talking about The Arkham Knight, Rocksteady's new and last Batman game. We're going to go over what we liked, what we didn't like so much, which is going to be a very short part of this video.
Yes.
And then we'll wrap it up and say if we recommend it. I'm assuming most people have played it by now, but if you're on the fence, hopefully we can push you in the right way. So Joe, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Doing real good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
As you can tell, these are all mine, but I'm a huge Batman fan. Joe is a Batman fan.
I'm a Batman
not as big.
fan. Yeah.
These are my toys and stuff like that. I have a phone case of Batman, so it's safe to say I was really excited about this game. I don't know about you.
Oh, I was extremely excited. I played the first two.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it on episode 1, where Arkham City is one of my favorite games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was in my honorable mentions. I don't think it quite made the top 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in your 2 honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So,
So I was ridiculously excited for this, no question. Did it pay off for you?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
Oh, it was incredible. I thought the game was awesome. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I don't think you need to be a Batman fan for this game to be fun
Not
or
at all.
enjoyable. It's just a good video game.
I think that if you are a hardcore Batman fan like myself,
Makes it better.
no, makes it worse.
Why?
We'll get into that
Okay.
we'll get into that later in the parts I didn't like.
Okay. All right.
Let's talk about what you like. Give me you want to start with story first?
Well,
Or do you want to talk about graphics?
those
All right, we'll start with graphics.
graphics are good.
My God.
Oh boy.
This game is pretty. That is a pretty game.
Yes, it is.
It is everything I envisioned what like a next generation game would be.
Yeah, it defines next gen for sure. Current gen, I guess.
Yeah, it is current gen now. I've talked about it on a couple of previous shows. But I thought Titanfall was going to be that game that really like said to me like, holy shit, like you couldn't do this anywhere else. You couldn't do this on the 360.
And it wasn't because they did it on the 360.
Yeah, that's true. Touche. So when that kind of fizzled, I still like that game, but when that kind of fizzled, I was like, you know, I still haven't seen it. Graphically, Rise was that game for me where I was like, you could not do this on a 360 or a PS3.
No.
No. You could do it on PC, but, you know, that's the master race. We don't touch that. So when I was starting to see videos and screens and stuff like that, blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I was like, but I was also suffering from the Watchdog syndrome where it's like, it's not going to look that good. That's what I said about Battlefront too. I was like, or Battlefront that's coming out later this year. It's not going to look this good. Like it physically can't. Yeah. And then it did.
But well, also like.
And then it did.
Yeah. No, it did. Yeah. Now the thing with like this though is like this is a single player game, so I think the demand for it to look good is more there than like something like Battlefront.
More good?
No, more there.
Oh, I think you said more good.
No, sorry, no. More like it. Like the demand is there for it to look better. Like Battlefront could not look as good as we thought it would, but still be really fun because it's a multiplayer game. That's not a problem. This is the kind of game where like they really want it.
It's a cinematic experience.
Yeah, it's very cinematic.
Extremely.
And the fact that like all the cutscenes. Cinematude.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. All the cutscenes just flowed right into gameplay immediately. Like all of it was in engine. Like that was awesome.
And one of my wow moments, and this is something super little, was like looking at Batman's suit and literally seeing the raindrops hit it and like not dissolve, but like dissolve on his suit and stuff that. Yeah. I was just like, all right, you have me hook, line, and sinker here.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's a good looking game.
If I had to nitpick a little bit, the character models were sometimes, or like the faces weren't always the best in my eyes.
Like of the main characters?
Yeah.
I was thinking like, for like the thugs, because there's just like just a shit ton of thugs everywhere and they all look the same.
They looked a little stiff, but like if that's my complaint with this game, like that's not even close to being a big deal.
Yeah, I mean there were I suppose I could see there were times of that, but then also there were times where like I thought the lip syncing was like perfectly on, like everything was. Sometimes it looked really awesome. I guess I could see like.
Yeah, but like very minor things. This is
I definitely understand. Yeah,
top to bottom, a beautiful game. I thought they rendered the Batmobile extreme. Like that was a cool like vision of the Bat. It molded some of the movie Batmobiles with the comics and stuff like that. And I just thought it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
So I just definitely probably the second prettiest game I've ever played. And, you know, they always stick. One of Rocksteady's strengths with these games is they stick the aesthetic of Gotham, of Bruce, of his toys, of everything. And that's shown through again this time.
Yep.
Gotham felt real. It felt like a real place. It feels like a shitty place. But, like, you know, it felt like a real place.
Yeah. Well, one of the best things about these games is that it literally does make you feel like you're the Batman. Like, everything you're doing is so perfectly Batman. Like, it's just, I don't know, I just love it. I love you're grappling everywhere, and you're just, like, just throwing your batarangs at everything, and just everything feels so much like Batman.
So, talking about feeling like Batman, talk about the combat for you. How did you feel when you were going through the game?
The combat for this game is near perfect. Near perfect, if not perfect.
I would concur. I don't know about perfect, because there's definitely... And maybe it's because of the camera that it gets a little wonky.
Yeah, I think it's also difficult. It's difficult to make combat system like that be perfect.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a perfect game.
Yeah. But it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The combat system is great, and what's so funny is, so I played that game, right? And then I went back and I've been playing Sleeping Dogs, which has a similar combat system.
Yeah.
The counter, then fighting stuff, and that feels like a game that like. On the ground floor of that type of combat system, where it like started it and was like, this is how we should do this, and then Batman perfected it.
Oh yeah,
that's how it feels because I wish I would have played Sleeping Dogs first. Yeah, because it's so hard to go and fight like that, where it's like not as fluid and not as like perfectly timed.
Not as good.
And it's just like it's great. It's a great game, but like that's just the combat is not as fluid and awesome. And I wish I would have played that game first. But
for me. You know, I thought I expected great things from the combat system just because the first two and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was not necessarily worried, but I had played games like Shadow of Mordor and other ones that replicate that system like you were talking about.
That's another one that's very fluid, though.
Yeah, that's true. So I thought I knew, and I'd played the other one, so I thought I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
But just jumping into that one, into Night, it had a different feeling. It felt just a little bit more tuned, and it just felt that much better. It made it that much better. Where I was geeking out, I was trying to get combos of 100 and stuff like that, and I was really into it. These games, the Arkham games for me are very much. It takes like a couple hours to get back into because usually I haven't played them in a while. Yep. And then once I do it, it's just like muscle memory. It's just react.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you have so many enemies on the screen and you're countering and then you're going through and you're like doing one hit on like 8 different people, you're going through and it's always like, and it goes on where like every hit gets stronger basically every time you
then he starts flying across the street.
So you're just like doing this and you're flipping backwards and you're going over there and you're like, and they're all like 20 feet apart but you're still able to do it.
It's insane.
It's like one, like even sometimes you'll like accidentally hit it in a direction where it seems like the dude's way too far and you're like, fuck, it's gonna stop my combo, and then he flies over there and just kicks him in the face.
Exactly. So I still will never get used to those knife guys. The guys with the knives are just the most annoying.
Well, I kind of figured it out though with those because you have to hold it.
Yeah.
I did not get that at first. I was trying to time it every time they slashed, and I got hit every time.
I always went for just the Y tap, but that's my fault. That's not Rocksteady.
Yeah.
So overall, and the gadgets, I liked how in this one they started you off with a lot more gadgets.
Yes.
I thought that was a nice touch. I thought that played very well into the giant city.
Yep.
You could use your accelerated grapple.
Yep,
so you
right
could
away.
Fly around.
That wasn't something that you had to. You upgrade it, but it's not something you had to earn.
Yeah. So I thought the gadget play was awesome. The Riddler trophies are good.
I think some of them were very clever. Mm-hmm. Others were
frustrating.
I don't want to be a bitch, but I really do think.
He's a bitch.
I really do.
Like how you pause, you're like.
I really do think that some of them were unnecessarily hard,
difficult. There were some that I don't think I ever would have got if I didn't look them up.
Yeah,
I looked them up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, though, then there were some that were so easy. Yeah. But I just didn't realize that there was one thing that I could do that I needed to do. Like there was one where you literally just had to slide under a thing, and I didn't even know I could slide.
Oh, I didn't know I could slide till the end of the game.
Yeah. I beat the game before I knew I could slide.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Me too. So going into that now, let's move on to story unless you have any other comments about it.
Nope.
Okay. Story-wise, this is one I've grappled with because it is like 95% of it is Rocksteady's best Batman story. Yep. And one of the most dark, most entertaining in my eyes Batman stories. Yep. Like in the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. I absolutely loved. What did I love about it?
The Joker.
Yes.
He was the best part.
100%. And shout out to Rocksteady. Yeah. Shout out to you guys for having that creative of a vision to still incorporate Joker. Yeah. And very significantly. Masterfully.
Yeah, very significantly too. He almost was still the bad guy of the game, even though Scarecrow technically was.
You could argue that Joker is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he always is. If he's involved, he always is. Yeah. And just the way they handled him, and actually I missed his commentary once he was gone. We didn't say spoilers in the beginning of this.
This is a spoiler cast.
This is a huge spoiler cast. We'll put it in the title. But if you haven't beat the game, stop at this point.
Don't watch this.
We haven't spoiled anything yet, so stop.
Oh, we kind of just did, but
stop at this point. No, to have Batman going crazy. Yeah. And scared of the fact that he could literally lose it to Joker and become Joker. Yep. Like I thought that was brilliant, and I thought that was the main fight of the story.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, technically, it was brought on because of Scarecrow. Yeah. But yes, well, it enhanced it. That's what they said. The fear toxin enhanced the. Yes. So, no, I did too. I missed having him randomly pop up. Mm-hmm. And say something horrible.
It felt like the city almost felt lonely after a bit.
Yeah, well, because what I loved is, like, if I went too long without doing a story mission, I'd just randomly go up to the top of a high building. He'd just be sitting on the edge of the building and go like,
he'd be Brucey.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And he'd say like, oh, are we gonna go finally kill that scarecrow, or are we gonna go do this or that, or fuck up the Riddler's, whatever. Like he would just say stuff,
Mark
just
Hamill
random things.
Was absolutely brilliant again.
Yeah.
As he always is. But
he always
absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
But no, and I say 95% because the last 5% we'll get into in our complaints in a second here. But I love the incorporation of how they used Babs, Barbara Gordon. I loved how they used Robin. I love how they used Nightwing. They all had their moments in this game, and I thought that was really cool. Gordon too, and I liked how you could play as them. It really changed the pace up.
Yeah,
and I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, the dual system.
Mm-hmm. That was so
switching
cool.
Was awesome.
The dual system was one of my favorite parts of this game, and
that was
something
awesome.
that I don't think has gotten highlighted that much.
No.
But it definitely is one of my favorite
parts.
No,
being able to build up a combo and then do a dual takedown with the other person was
so cool.
Awesome.
Or the Batmobile.
Yeah, the Batmobile takedowns.
Cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. What was I going to say? I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. We're still new at this, so forgive us. But all the twists and turns with Gordon, with Barbara, even the Poison Ivy stuff, using her as a good guy.
Yeah, that was cool. She
literally sacrificed her life for.
I liked that a lot.
For
the plants, technically,
plants, but
kind of for the city also. Yeah.
I just thought it was really well done.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Now, do you have anything else to say about the story?
We still talking good?
Yeah.
Dat Joker ending though.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that. I forget that we can talk about the ending.
The first person.
When you become Joker.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was. My mind was blown.
And the fact that they incorporated like a first-person element.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Past just.
Yeah,
Batman
because you not just Batman becoming Joker, you literally become the Joker.
Did you kill Penguin?
Oh yeah, I killed all of them.
I walked in. He's like, "Don't kill me, don't kill me!"
Yeah.
And I started walking away. And I was like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah.
Like
I killed everyone.
Kill Penguin.
Yeah. Oh, I shot the Riddler about 8 times while he was on the ground. Yeah, because I fucking hate that guy.
Sadistical bastard.
I hate the Riddler. He fucking he's the worst of all the villains because he makes you do the stupid shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true.
I'd rather they just try to kill me.
True. No question. And that one of the other reasons why I absolutely loved this game was the references they made, and this is one of the reasons why I loved being a Batman fan for this.
Yeah.
Was the references to the Killing Joke, and the other comics here. It was mainly Killing Joke that they referenced in it, but it was so cool to see that iconic scene. I mean, it's traumatic. Of the end, and then of Death of the Family with spoilers, Jason Todd. To see those scenes pan out, like you're watching them, you're not just reading them in a comic panel.
Yeah. Also, you're literally watching them in 3D because you can walk around it in 360. You can literally just watch it.
And that lends a certain powerlessness to it.
Yeah.
You're
and you can't move forward either. You can't do anything.
If I could move forward, I could stop this, but I can't.
Yeah.
But to see Joker come in and blow Barbara away and paralyze her, and then do the iconic picture shot.
Yep.
And then to see him beating up Jason in the chair and torturing him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are very iconic, very, very dark scenes that they incorporated to. In my opinion, they incorporated them to perfection.
Yeah.
So going off story, unless you have anything else to say about it.
I was just gonna say I jumped when he turned around and shot Jason. And he was like, "Who? Yeah. So who is the Batman?" He was like, "He's."
Yeah, and he was like, "I don't want to know."
Yeah.
Fuck your shit.
I jumped a little bit.
Yeah, there was definitely moments where the heart went up to you when Man-Bat the first time
Jesus
you saw
Christ.
him, where you literally were just grappling up and he was like,
"Ah!" Yeah, that was terrifying.
That was scary.
Yeah,
that was so scary.
And then the Joker did it later when he would grapple up.
Yeah. So now that we've talked about the good, there's always the bad, unfortunately.
Yes.
Luckily, this was very limited in the bad. My problems with this game, there were some ticky-tack ones, like frame rate issues sometimes.
Yeah,
There's
occasionally.
Some pop-up. You can't fault them that much because of how huge the city is.
Yep.
Because it is.
And how much detail they put into it.
Oh, yeah. The detail is what really sells it.
Yeah.
I was not thrilled with the ending, and I know I'm not alone on this.
No.
I thought it was weird how Red Hood, Arkham Knight, Jason Todd showed up
For a second.
For literally a second to shoot, and then he was gone.
Gone.
And maybe that was his way of kind of trying to reconcile and try to figure his own mental state out. And he's like, all right, I'm going to save him, but I'm not going to interact with Bruce.
Yeah.
Because I'm still, like I'm still hurt by him. You know what I mean?
The way I looked at it was like, okay, I get it that this wasn't entirely your fault, but still, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. Yeah.
Because I'm sure in his mind, he's not gonna reconcile it in like 2 hours. He'll be like, oh, Bruce was right. We're gonna be best friends again. No,
yeah, but from a storytelling point of view, it's weird.
It was
he just pops in and then he's gone and then they don't show him ever again.
Yeah. The end was just weird. It was, I don't know if it was rushed. I don't have a word I can put on it. I think it just came off such a high of when you finally lock Joker away in your own mind.
Yeah.
And I liked the Bruce unmasking stuff because that is how Batman should die, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But it happened so quickly and I felt like I kind of blinked and it was just over.
Yeah.
So, and the other aspect that, there's two other things. And this is what I said earlier, why being a hardcore Batman fan for this wasn't the best thing. I knew it was Jason Todd was the Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Within the first about 5 minutes of meeting him.
Yeah.
Obviously I didn't know for sure, but like if you know his story at all, you know he is as good or not as good, but he's almost as good as Bruce in fighting and intellect and stuff like that. He has a huge vendetta again because he completely blames Bruce for his torture at the hands of Joker.
Yep.
Because Batman doesn't kill, and he's like, you could have ended this years ago, as every good Batman fan knows.
Yep.
So it just seemed like in that moment I was just like, and Dick Grayson was in it, Tim Drake was in it. The only ones that weren't in it were Jason Todd and then like Damian Wayne.
Right.
And so they've never really even talked about him in this. That's not him and Talia's. Well, him and Talia's relationship was in the second one, but they've never addressed the son side of it.
Right.
So I was like, this has to, pretty instantly I was like, this has to be Jason Todd. I think I told you that once we got into the game.
Yeah. See, the thing was, I did not know Jason Todd was the Red Hood.
Yeah.
I guessed that it was the Red Hood though.
Okay.
Fairly early on.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know enough about the characters.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you didn't know it was Jason Todd right away, once you got to the Jason Todd being tortured scene, as a storyteller,
you had
that is why that would be in there.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that would be
so
as important as it was.
It telegraphed at times, which for me didn't really, like, I was enjoying the story so much where it didn't really affect me. I was like, I know who it is. That's not the main thing. It's once again, it's Joker versus Batman for me.
But anybody who is a big Batman fan and has said anything about this game has said they knew. Yeah. They knew it was Jason Todd right away, and that's So.
And see, but you can only do so much as Rocksteady because if you've literally just watched the movies and you've just played these games, you have no idea who Jason Todd is.
Yep, exactly.
You know there's like one Robin. You don't. Yep. I'm sure you don't even know that Dick Grayson is Nightwing. You know what I mean? So so I think it was a creative decision that they took and they ran with, and I thought they ran with it well.
Yeah.
So what did I say? So I said the ending, the whole Arkham Knight stuff was telegraphed. Oh, and then he dressed all in red, and that's Red Hood's MO.
Yep.
He likes red.
Yep. Well, his helmet's blue though.
No, it's not. Oh,
yes, it is.
I thought you meant Red Hood's is. But his whole regiment was red. That was the main color scheme.
The tanks and stuff.
Yes. So all that combined, and this is how we know we're nerds, to read that Troy Baker is Red Hood and Arkham Knight. You know what I mean? It was kind of like
okay, I get it.
I think this fits. So my last complaint was we haven't talked about this yet. I loved the Batmobile. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yep.
And I rationed out. People were talking about how they didn't like it just because it didn't feel like something Batman would do. But in that circumstance, like if there's tanks and shit around, you bet your ass he has like an answer for that.
Yeah, but then people are gonna say, "Well, then just don't put tanks in the game." Well, fuck you. That's what I say to you.
Fuck you. So I liked the Batmobile stuff. I didn't like how they used it at times when they did it for like puzzles and stuff like that.
I didn't mind some of them, but some of them were a little bit like, okay, I get it. Yeah.
The main one that I didn't like was in the tunnels when the Arkham Knight was chasing you with the fucking drill.
See, I enjoyed that.
I didn't like that one at all.
Now, Andy and I were playing that. Our friend Andy. You'll meet him one day, probably.
No.
He might be on this sometime.
Yeah, we'll see.
We
were
don't know
what we're doing tomorrow.
No,
so,
we don't.
Yeah.
We were playing that at the same time. Literally that part at the same time. We were talking while we were playing it. And we were both like dying. We died at least like 3 or 4 times going around the thing.
That's the most I died. Game was that moment.
But once we like got it and like figured it out, like I enjoyed that part, with the exception of like having to lure the.
Yeah, I just sat there with the Batmobile and hope he came around the corner.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the getting away from him part and making it blow up.
Yeah, that part was cool, but like to get there, I thought it was just I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah,
like it.
No, I feel it.
So like once again, liked the Batmobile. Didn't love some of the puzzle solving elements of it.
And it did get a little old. God.
Can you just?
It did get a little old. All the tank missions got a little old after a little while.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, yep, then you're just gonna add 10 more tanks and have 1,000 more little red lasers crisscrossing everywhere that I have to dodge. And it was fine. Like it was fine. I enjoyed it for the most part, especially like when you get the hang of leveling up your thing and getting all like the missiles and doing the EMP and all that kind of stuff. Just using all the weapons was cool. But it just got a little old that they just kept doing it. Like you could tell that they were like Rocksteady was like, oh, we're putting the Batmobile in this game and you're gonna fucking use it.
Yeah, you are. This is our main thing.
Like so
yeah. For better or worse, right?
Yeah.
I would. If there's ever any other Batman games, which I'm sure there will be, I would love to see it incorporated again.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Maybe not as heavily.
It probably wouldn't be, yeah.
We don't know what WB is working on. WB Montreal, I think, is working on the next, like whatever the next AAA
probably
thing.
Won't be playing that then.
You probably will be.
I didn't play Origins.
No, that's true. Touche. So, all right, let's wrap up. What did you think of the 100% Nightfall ending?
Garbage.
Wow. You thought garbage.
Okay. All right.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, I know.
I
Okay.
don't necessarily fully agree with you on that.
No, okay, it's not garbage.
Yeah.
Nothing that was in this game that was garbage.
No. Besides some.
But I didn't really enjoy it.
Fuck those things.
Yeah, some of them are straight trash. No, I didn't. Dumpster fires, exactly. I didn't enjoy it though very much.
It was weird. I
didn't like what I mostly didn't like are 2 things.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that the mansion exploded, but there was not even a hint of whether or not Bruce actually survived or not. Even though but we don't.
He wouldn't kill himself and Alfred.
I know, but they should have shown it. Is what I'm saying. As a person who you're trying to tell a story, you don't just leave it.
Yeah, it kind of leaves the
with
audience
speculation. That much speculation. This isn't like the end of Inception here. We don't need that much speculation on this.
And see, my thought on that and tying into the end scene, which once again, spoilers, and if you're here, you should know this, and if not, it's your fault. I think that with that event and then the end thing with the fear bat coming down, like the demon bat, I think it's meant to be Batman is a symbol. It doesn't matter who it is.
Well, that's the second thing I didn't like was the flaming fear bat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the ambiguity.
There
yes.
we go. Yeah.
I did not enjoy that. At first, I thought it was a flashback to Bruce and his parents because that's kind of that was the point, I think. But then when he just looked up and the thing like flew at him, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That was my reaction to the end of this game. Was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like.
And that's not the type of reaction you want.
No. So I don't know. Like I don't have the right words yet to describe what I thought of the ending. It's just it kind of left. It finished on this high of the whole Joker thing, like I said before, and then it just kind of muddled around a little bit, and it was just kind of like,
I mean, I know that there's something in there that we're supposed to understand.
It's like
that you're supposed to figure out.
It's like in Arkham Asylum where it took him like 2 years and some kid literally blew up a random like wall.
Yeah, and figured out Arkham City after
I'm
Arkham City was already out.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something in there that someone will find 2 years down the road. It'll be like a Justice League transition.
Well,
that was another reason why I don't think we liked the ending, was because we
talked so much
on it being a Justice League, because we could see how like they made the references, and then the combat was like, it was like, yo, you can do this with teammates, like that's not possible. And there was all the there was the fly to Metropolis signs and the run to Coast City signs, Lex
and
Luthor on the voicemail,
and LexCorp and Queen Industries buildings in the city.
City.
Star. Oh right, they had a Star City thing too. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think we listened to Greg Miller on Kind of Funny too much.
Yeah, probably. But it made sense.
Yeah, it did.
Too much sense.
So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen with Rocksteady and with WB Montreal and all those kind of studios.
I hope. And there's nothing against WB Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're a fine company.
Mm-hmm.
I do not want them to be the ones to make a Justice League game, though.
No comment.
I want it to be Rocksteady or nobody.
Well, it's not going to be Rocksteady anymore.
They said they weren't making any more Batman games.
Okay, yeah, they were specific in that. So, all right, wrapping this up. What did you think of it? Would you rent it, buy it, or pass on it?
Oh, I would absolutely buy it. I didn't buy it.
No. Just
because I don't have the money. But I would.
We're broke college students.
I would buy it if you have the money, though. Absolutely. It is a phenomenal game.
100% from top to bottom. I would agree. I would also buy it. The story is long enough, but it's as long as you make it with the Riddler trophies and that
There's
kind of stuff.
There's so much to do.
And the AR. We
didn't even talk about all that stuff.
I haven't done any of the AR challenges or anything like that. There's that. There's the Harley and Red Hood and soon to be Batgirl DLC. I think it's out now for
Batgirl, I think is
season pass holders.
Yeah. Red Hood's been out, but that's only for people who pre-order from GameStop though. Yeah. Stupid shit.
So if you're a Batman fan, if you're a video game fan, if you're not a huge Batman guy, but like you love this kind of game, like play it. It is a blast. You're gonna have a lot of fun with it. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
And for me, it's my game of the year so far.
Yeah.
At 6 months through the year, 6.5 now or whatever we're at, it is my game of the year. It's the most fun I've had.
We're 7 months in now.
Well, 6 full months. We're not through 7 months yet.
Yeah, you're right. You said 6.5.
Eat ass, Joe.
I'm stupid.
Yeah. So 100% recommend it. If you haven't yet or you're waiting, please go get it.
Yep.
If you can only rent it from GameFly like Joe does and I do. With all my games, and you won't. I almost said forget it. That's not right. You won't forget it
either.
Yes. So all right.
One more thing.
Well, one more thing.
Because we didn't talk about any of the side stuff, like the different villains and stuff.
Yeah.
The serial killer missions.
Fucked up.
This
is not a game for kids.
You want to get through that, and you want to get to the end of that one.
Parents, if you're watching this is not...
Oh, this is Spoilercast. Professor Pig. Holy shit.
Yeah, this is not a game for children, like, at all.
Yeah.
It is Batman, but there are some very heavy, murdery serial killers.
Yeah. What were they called?
Which one?
The
victims?
Yeah, they were called something Ramadans or something like that.
Oh, I don't know what
they had like a name.
Yeah. He was molding them to be perfect.
Yeah.
In the pig's eyes. Creepy as hell. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. Please comment on... We're going to post this on iTunes and Facebook. So please comment. Please give us your feedback. What we can do better. What you liked about the game. What you didn't like about the game, if you agree with us, if you think we're just fucking stupid.
We sometimes are.
We are, but that's okay. So yeah, this is going to be, we are going to play through our games.
Dollatrons. That's what they were called. Okay.
So how the reviews from us are going to work are, we are going to play them, and once we're done and feel like we can talk about them, we're going to post them. Is it always going to help us? Probably not. But, we're normal people who unfortunately have real jobs at this point.
Yeah.
So not professionals.
Yeah.
But,
and we're not gonna have a review for every game.
It's just the ones we're really into and we're really enjoying.
Yeah. And we're not doing number scores, right?
No,
No.
I like looking at scores, but for
Yeah, I
me,
do too.
That's not what this is about. This is
No.
just us discussing.
Yeah, it's just our opinion of it.
Yeah. So, once again, if you agree with us, great. If you don't, well, tough shit. For Joey, Edward Iverson, Scuba Joe the Man,
That's me.
I'm Alex Stadnick. Thank you so much for your support and joining us. And look for our regular show on every Thursday in the morning. So, about around 10 or 11 Central Time. So, thanks. Love you all. See you next time. I'm getting so bad.
Bye.